We are all unique, yet at the core, we are the same. Each of us has our own perspectives, beliefs, strengths, and weaknesses. But it is the differences in them that create diversity, and something that should be embraced as a source of strength. So when you hear the word disability, what comes to mind? A wheelchair symbol? Limitations? Challenges? Well, it's time we flip this script. I live with a non-apparent disability myself. On the surface, I might look like any other person you see on the street. But beneath that facade lies a daily struggle that most people never see. When I need a seat on a crowded train, I can meet skeptical looks silently implying, "You're young, you don't look in need of a seat." We tend to think of disability as an evident, visible physical impairment, often because of the international symbol of disability, which is the wheelchair. But disability doesn't always wear a visible badge. Sometimes it's chronic pain, overwhelming fatigue, or an anxiety disorder that turns everyday interactions into daunting challenges. These are the untold stories of disability. My experience is not unique. Around 80% of all disabilities are non-apparent. But just because the disability is not evident, it does not mean that it does not exist. It's also crucial to understand that the disabled community is the largest minority group in the world. According to recent estimates, approximately 1.3 billion people, that's about 16% of the global population, experience some form of disability. And this number is increasing due to factors such as the aging population and the rise in non-communicable diseases. And so the cost of exclusion of people with disabilities represents both a profound moral failure in our society and a significant missed economic opportunity. There is so much untapped potential in people with disabilities. Think about it. When faced with a world not designed for them, people with disabilities become master problem solvers, innovators, and adapters. They navigate life with a resilience and creativity that we should all aspire to. In numbers, the cost of exclusion represents around $1.9 trillion in lost GDP annually worldwide. The problem in our society isn't disability. It's society's perception of disability as a barrier. The inaccessible barriers are what disables individuals, not their disabilities. Our society has long viewed disability through a narrow, deficit-based lens. We see differences as problems to be fixed, rather than unique perspectives to be embraced. And when we lower our expectations, particularly those with disabilities or any diverse identities, we miss out on incredible potential. We rob ourselves and our societies of diverse sources of innovation and creativity. No one rises to low expectations. During a period of time where I had to use a wheelchair to get around, I became aware that the world I live in is no longer built with me in mind. That the people that I met equated my wheelchair with an illness rather than empowerment. On many occasions, I've also received unexpected praise for simply completing everyday tasks. Comments like, "You are so brave. Well done for making it this far," from strangers for just, being out there and living with a condition appeared to me as unintentionally diminishing my capabilities. Lower expectation is this unconscious bias that assumes limitation rather than possibility. And unfortunately, people with disabilities are not so encouraged to think big, to work hard, and to fight for their dreams. And this is especially the sad reality for many children and adolescents with disabilities. We're often defining their potential and casting shadows on them. This is what taught me to step up for myself and to use my voice to change the game for other people who may also be suffering from this phenomenon of lowered expectation. Disability is constantly seen as a tragedy and something people feel the need to pity it, as opposed to seeing it as the natural part of the human experience, because we all at some point in our lives will experience a disability, whether temporarily or permanently. So it's time to flip the narrative. While accessible trains or restrooms and visual cues are imperative, they are just the tip of the iceberg. We need to shift our perspectives and believe the open possibilities for everyone. Instead of focusing on what disabled individuals can't do, let's recognize what they can do. People with disabilities can be inspiring, but the inspiration should come from their personal achievements and actions and not their disability. Because just like anyone else, they accomplish remarkable things through their skills, efforts, and determination. The key is to recognize and respect their accomplishments, seeing them as meaningful contributions, and viewing them as capable individuals. It starts with small changes in how we think or view disabilities that can lead to profound changes. Like a butterfly's wings setting of a hurricane, our changed perceptions can revolutionize how we understand human potential. The barriers faced by people with disabilities are often not their own physical or mental conditions, but the attitudes and structures of society. By breaking down these barriers, we don't just benefit those with disabilities. We create a more innovative, adaptable, and inclusive world for everyone. So let's flip the script on disability. Let's see it not as a limitation or a tragedy. It's not something to be pitied or fixed. It's about harnessing our unique abilities to contribute to the world in our own way. It's a powerful and dynamic part of human diversity that enriches our collective experience. Because when we disable ableism and truly embrace our differences, we enable a world of possibilities. Thank you.